couple of days ago, a guildmate sent me this video of a Fury doing 5 million damage, basically killing a dummy, in less than a minute. Look at this. The start, the speed is actually normal speed. The video is not, it doesn't have an increased speed whatsoever. And by 56 or something like that, 50, 52, 53. He killed the dummy in 53 seconds. That's very good. In fact, I think only Invocator can do that. So this is a very good damage. I have been saying that for raid specifically, Fury is the second best DPS, because for raid it's not just a burst of damage and that's it. You need a sustained damage over time, and only Invocator and Fury can grant you that. But never mind. As I said, 5 millions in under a minute is a lot. So I'm trying to figure out what is this guy using. Some people have asked him in the comments, please can you tell me your build, whatever, but he hasn't replied. In fact, he did here, but this video no longer exists. So I propose a challenge. Let's try to reverse engineering this build. So this is the first thing that I will focus on. First, let's check the buff. He's not using food buff. He's not using Stellarite. So what do we have here? Well, we have the red mastery node. This one. He's using Annihilator. Okay, that's expected. Basically, if you are going DPS, you use that mastery. He's using the green artifact that boosts base damage. This one, I wasn't using it earlier, but it makes sense for pure DPS purpose. And I assume that he will be using also the Lunar Stone for the same reason, because it increases the base damage and because you want the 60 critical hit chance. The other 4 artifacts, I'm pretty sure is going to be the Chaos Harbinger for a critical damage boost. Why? Because he's also using the Spectral set. You can see it in this icon. Everything else, this is just relevant for this guy, and this is the AI that everyone user use. So that's nothing uncommon. It's just the combination of these two masteries. What else do we have here? Let's have a look at the skills, okay? Selfless, Mother's Nature, Valorous Barrier, Enchanting Time, Decaying Touch, Unlucky, sorry, that's the old name, Witching Hour, Touch of Despair, Quick Fire, Dark Explosion, Ray, Mana Exchange, and Explosion Mark. Something odd is missing here. Where is Nimble Leap to reset Quick Fire? He's not using that. And I'll tell you why. See that? When he used Quick Fire, the cooldown was just 4 seconds. That means he's not using the specialization to boost the damage. He's not using this specialization over here that I'm not using either right now, just for testing purpose. But normally everyone uses this, because you want to boost the damage, although it increases the cooldown. So why he doesn't need to reset quick fire? Because look at this. Basically, when you don't use the spec, the CD is so low that just by using self-left diffusion and occurs, you are constantly resetting the CD. See? It's available again. Available. It's all the time available. So you don't really need to move to reset the skill. Another thing we can get from the skills is the ray. If we look at the ray, here he starts using the ray. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. The ray. He is clearly not using this spec for boosting the damage in a short amount of time. Why? That makes sense, because you don't want to do that. You want to make the ray hit the more possible times to reset the CD or all the other skills. That's why he doesn't use the spec. An alternative approach will be if you want to maximize the damage of the mark. In that case, as the mark is 3 seconds, if I recall correctly, yes, 3 seconds, and well, you will extend it by some seconds thanks to self-left diffusion. But as you want to maximize the damage into the mark, you could use this spec. But this is not the case here. What else do we have? Look at this. Look at the attack speed. It's very fast. Very fast. This must be something like 0.21 or 22. Here, in game, I check my storage and grab every item that I have that boosts attack speed, and I managed to get to 23. I think I'm missing something here, maybe? Let me check. I have Akma. I don't have the clock, the one that boosts the attack speed by almost 8%. I have this. Yes, I think I have everything here right now. And I get to 23. Okay? And look at this. Yes. I wouldn't say it's the same. I will say I'm a little slower still. Yes. Let me. That's why I think he's using 21 or lowest 22. And I'm using 23. So that's a clear difference. What else do we have here? Okay, let's check the mana cost efficiency, because this is incredible. I don't know what's going on, but look at this. When he started, he does Enchanting Time, Valorous Barrier, this one over here, which one? Self-left, Touch of Despair, and Quick Fire. It was like 600 mana use on those skills. If I do the same, for me it was 800. So it seems not a big deal, only a 200 difference. However, through the whole video, look at his mana. You see that? The mana is always high. It's always above half, or nearly at the half. By then, we still have over 4,000. By contrast, let me just spam skills. See my mana? See how it's going down? How long has it been? 25 seconds maybe? And I'm already under 1,000. So he must have a lot, but a lot of mana cost efficiency. Because right now I have 47.7% and I'm running out of mana. So how much does this guy have? It must be something like, I don't know, 70? or something like that, because the difference is pretty significant. What else can we gather from the video? Okay, so he's using, for sure, the Spectral set. But what else? Well, if we look over here, let me try to pick it because it was somewhere here. For example, here, do you see that dot damage? 4.6. Let me try to get it again here, almost 4k. This is pretty much, if you are around 4 or more, you are using a dot set, either the Chosen Vanquisher or the Sacred set. So we know for sure he's using 2 Spectral, 2 Sacred Vanquisher. Okay? Which items? I have an idea. Later I will show you. But we know that it's just 2 Spectral, 2 Sacred. And why Sacred and not Chosen Vanquisher? Because Sacred give more damage over time boost, and Sacred also give you 4 stats instead of 3. Okay, another thing to notice here. Sometimes I stay quiet because I'm reading my notes. Here, for example, as he's not moving because he doesn't have Nimble Leap. See that poison dot over here? He's using this mastery for sure, because as he's not moving, he can trigger this mastery. The other 2 are this for sure, because we can visibly see that. And the 4th one, I don't know, it may be either potential for having the extra stats, or it's maybe this one, given that he's not using basically any mana. He has a lot of mana, it seems, because it's not Time Bomb and it's not neither of the others. So it's either potential or Dragon Ascent. Well, I forgot the most obvious thing at the beginning. What are the weapons? It's clearly Terran because we see the curse, and it's clearly Ackman because we don't see a mana regen here, so it's not Berkan. Also, we don't see the buff here, so it's not Berkan for sure. It's not Queen Belander because we don't see the poison. We only see the poison when the mastery is on. So it's pretty much Ackman. Also because Ackman is the only one that can get you to this fast attack speed. So the weapons are basically Ackman and Devent. We know just to make a little reminder, we have 2 Spectral, 2 Sacred, Ackman, Devent. We are missing an item from the armor, because the clock is probably the one boosting attack speed. So what may be the rings? Let's look into that. But first, another thing to notice, and now we get back to Questlog, Look at the damage. The small hits. It's like 165, 200. It's little damage. It's not that much. And this tells me that he's not using a lot of bonus damage. He must have something like 50 or 70 bonus damage. Because I do have more bonus damage. Let me just add my normal items over here, just for comparing this properly. This here, and what else? This here. Only missing this ring here. Okay, let me add them over here. Another one here. The boots and this. Yeah, this doesn't matter. I have right now 176, and my hits are bigger than him. I'm dealing mostly about 300 to 50 to 60, so that's why I think, see, most of my hits are over 250. I also way into the 300, so that's why I think he's using like 100 less bonus damage than me. So it's something to take into account, because what I now want to do is try to simulate the build. The first time I watched the video, I thought that he had a lot of heavy attack, because we can see many purple numbers, okay? But I think it's more related to the fast attack speed than to the heavy attack chance. Maybe he has something like 400, 300, 400, 500 at best. I don't think he has more than that. So, having said so, let's check this. This is what I think he's wearing right now. 22 attack speed. Magic heavy attack can be higher because I didn't change some stuff. For example, here, heavy attack. What is heavy? Yeah, I can change heavy. I couldn't change the runes, so it may be something like 600, okay, or even 700. Mana cost efficiency 57. I'm still missing something here, because he has more. He must have more, because we already saw the difference. I had 47.7 and I ran out of mana very quickly. So there is something else there. He must have a lot, okay? And these are the items. Let's first focus on the obvious one. Both the weapons are obvious, so this is out of discussion. Then we know that he has high attack speed, so it's going to be either this or the cloak. Because one important thing is that this video was released 10 days ago. That's before unique items. So we are not counting this clock over here. Or the glove, which also give a lot of attack speed. So we know we have Ackman, Deven. We know he's using a Spectral, the Spectral set. Most obviously reason are these two items. Why? The pants are a no-brainer, because there is no other choice over here. You don't want to use the glove, for example, the Spectral glove, because they don't have any attack speed. So the attack speed is mandatory in every possible way. So he's not using the glove for sure. So I will say the pants are a must here. And the other item I will say is the helmet, because the armor. Well, if we compare the armor, I will say I don't know. Maybe it could be the armor actually. But if we compare also these two, I mean the mask or the circle, which one will you use? It may be either. I mean, it may be either. This could be the sacred circle and this the spectral armor, or this could be the sacred helmet and this could be the spectral. I think this may be swappable. And then the glove. As I said, the spectral doesn't make sense. Sacred may make sense because they give some heavy attack, but they give mana cost efficiency. However, if we add the mana cost efficiency here, what do we have? 23, and it's probably a high 23. So this can be, because I'm pretty sure it's 21 or lowest 22. That's for sure. So this cannot be the glove. So the other remaining thing for the bonus for the set is the shoes. And the sacred shoes are actually good for Fury because, well, we have bonus damage, we have critical, we have some hit, we have wisdom. So it does make sense over the spectral ones, because the spectral only give heavy attack and that's it. So I will say shoes are pretty much sacred, pants are pretty much spectral, cloak is pretty much this one. These two are interchangeable. It may be sacred and spectral here. And for the glove, it may be any glove that give both attack speed as a main attribute and as a trait. I use the Lotus here just because they are giving hit, heavy and critical, but probably these are not the ones he's using, because we also want to maximize the base damage. So we may use, let me check here, armors, attack speed, okay. What else? Glove, attack speed. So we may use any of this This one is giving perception. The Lotus. Maybe this one could be as well, because these are giving some stats and heavy and attack speed. This one are giving also a lot of attack speed. So it may be any of this. I will say this one over here below 6. I will not pick any of this. So in my opinion is either Lotus or maybe the scale glove. Not this one because it's only 3 stats. Also it increases range. It may be any of this, in my opinion. I use Lotus for the sake of using it, but it may be either. And then we head into the jewels. Let's assume he doesn't have this one. But even if he had this one, I will say he's using here just for the mana cost efficiency, because we need to find a source for mana cost efficiency. We need more mana cost efficiency. So I will say these are the earrings. A ring must be the Celestial Light, also because of the mana cost efficiency. And the other ring, it could be any ring giving attack speed. I pick this one, but there is the coil. There is a nebula ring, also this one, I think this one. There are some choices, even the trend, the signet of the trend lore, even the solitary, maybe any ring giving attack speed. Okay? But still, I didn't reach the number I wanted. In fact, what did I change? Whoa, what did I change that now is 23? Okay, I'm missing the trade here. Okay. So, for the necklace, I think this is the only one giving attack speed, if I recall correctly. This one is giving mana cost efficiency, but we need to get to 22 attack speed. So I'm using this one. But, okay, I forgot to mention I'm using the synergy here, okay, for attack speed. Unlike in game that I was using perception. So even with the synergy, I still didn't reach 22. So I had to use this one because it's giving attack speed. The Gorget is giving mana cost efficiency. But we need to also stick to this 21 or low 22. So we need to play with that. About the bracelet, on the belt, I pick both Nebula accessories because otherwise I cannot get to this number. Initially, I was using here the Hero Legacy's Warbel. This has lower attack speed than the one I was using, and it may be it's 22, but I think this is closest to 23 already than to 21. So that's why I had this one over here, because it's a little more attack speed. And for the bracelet, it's the same. It's the only one giving mana cost efficiency. So if I want to boost this, I need to pick this. I cannot use anything else because I was using, for example, this one from Leviathan, but I can't. I need to reach over 60 here, and I'm on 57, so I still need to find more sources for this. I don't remember if I have. Yes, I have the runes over here. So I'm probably missing some chaos runes. I'm not using chaos runes here. So I'm probably missing some chaos runes for reaching this number. The number I want, over 60. But in my opinion, this is pretty much the build he's using. Switching, switching this for that, or a different ring, maybe. I think we cannot play with this. But as a general overview, I will say this is more or less accurate. So hope you enjoy this investigation. Let's see if we can make the dummy in less than a minute, like him.